Hi, it's Professor Monty again. We're going to talk about how you add or subtract rational expressions that already have a common denominator. Okay, so since I'm talking about rational expressions, we're just talking about fractions. So remember, when I add fractions, if they have a common denominator and I'm adding, I add the numerators and just keep the denominator. Similarly, if I'm subtracting fractions with common denominator, I subtract the numerators, keep the denominator. So notice I never add or subtract the denominators. They have to be the same. Once they're the same, I just keep whatever they are. Okay, so let's look at a couple examples. So I've got x over 8 plus 3x minus 4 over 8. The denominators are both 8. I'm going to add the numerators together because I have addition in the middle. I'm going to keep the denominator of an 8. And on top, I'm just going to add these together. If you can add those in your head, fine. I like to not skip steps, so I'm going to go x plus 3x minus 4. And then I can add those together. 1x plus 3x is 4x. So I have 4x minus 4 over 8. Remember, I can't cancel these as they are. In order to reduce or cancel, I need to factor first. This isn't a factor of the entire numerator, so I can't cancel it with the 8. So I can factor 4 out of the top, though. And I get 4 times x minus 1 over 8. Now it's a factor of the numerator. Now I can reduce. 4 goes in here once, goes in here twice. 1 times x minus 1 is just x minus 1. And then I have a 2 on the bottom. And that's my answer. Okay, so that's the idea. Let's look at a subtraction problem. Now, here's something I like to do with subtraction if I have terms in the second one. Notice I already have the same denominator, so I'm going to keep that denominator. But what I'm going to do, when I did the plus, and I just put plus and I kept the signs the same, a lot of times my students will do that on their work, on their homework, or on their test, and they'll write minus 3x minus 1. But this negative, this subtraction, doesn't just relate to the 3x, it relates to this also. So what I like to teach is, remember, subtraction's addition of the opposite. So I'm going to change that to an addition sign, but I'm going to take the opposite not of just the first one, but of both. Now I'm less likely to miss those signs. So when I write it, I'm going to write 5x plus 3 minus 3x plus 1. And then just keep the one denominator, x plus 2. Now I haven't missed any signs. And now I can keep going. 5x minus 3x is 2x. 3 plus 1 is 4. X plus 2 down here. Now I can factor 2 out of the top. And I get x plus 2. I have an x plus 2 on the bottom. And remember, since the x plus 2 and x plus 2s are the same top and bottom, they just cancel out to a 1. 2 times 1 is just 2. And that's my answer. All right, so that's the idea. I like this little trick of changing the subtraction to addition to the opposite. But the idea in general is, once you have a common denominator, you either add or subtract the numerators, whichever is appropriate. Keep the denominator. And then if you have to factor and reduce to simplify, then you'll do that. All right, hope that helps. We'll talk more next time.